Welcome guys, welcome to the channel first off. Today I'm showcasing my Ford OBS truck, and but first we're going to go to the car wash, and I'm going to start trying to film some videos, so I'll see y'all guys there. So we're going to do a start up real quick. So here is my truck. It is a 1997 Ford F-250 heavy duty 7.3 turbo. Now this is the last year of the OBS Power Stroke. Now how that Christmas wreath is still on, I'm trying to take it off, but whatever, the lights. So this is everything from the ground up. This is my dream truck and everything that's been done to it. So when I first laid my eye on this truck was back in probably a little over a year ago. Actually probably about a year and a half ago. It was at the shop where I worked at, and it was pushed up in the woods, had moss growing on it. Way didn't look nothing like this. You wouldn't even think it was this type of truck. And the thing is, well, I was like, I want it. How much for it? And the guy never would tell me a price. Finally, when they was gonna build a building there, they had to move it out of the woods. So I was like, okay, let me offer you. I actually had some money, and I was trying to go find some trucks that was running and driving. This one wasn't, to go and just buy real quick. And I went and probably looked at about 4. They always rust buckets or had something wrong with them. So I went and looked at a bunch of these trucks, but none of them was perfect for me. I wanted one extended cab, long bed, and of course the 7.3, and I would prefer one in white, and wanted it 4-wheel drive because I ain't really had nothing 4-wheel drive, but I had the money to go ahead and buy it. However, I went to Asheville, looked at one. It was clean in the photos, but yet it was a rust bucket. And after that, I got really disappointed. On my way back home, I texted the dude that owned this truck, and I offered him cash for it. Now, what did I offer? I had no clue about diesels, much less like what this truck really needed. It needed injectors. Well, that's where the story gets deep. But I offered him $4,000 cash because it has a clean title and the truck looks like this. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful and very clean for a 30-year-old truck. However, then this is where things get a turn. So I bought the truck. It needed injectors, I knew that. Had plenty of money to spend on it. But whenever these OBSs, the 7.3, injectors go down through the valve covers, and if you leave that unopened and the injectors out of it, it creates moisture, gets down in the engine, and lots of water. So it needed more than injectors, because not the person I bought it from, but the people before them left the injectors out of it. And this truck sat for at least 5 to 7 years, at least, back there in the woods, collecting moisture down in the oil pan, which we all know water is not good for your engine. And but I found that out the hard way. So long story short, at the garage where I was having it built at, because I don't know nothing about diesels, he first trying to get it to run, told me that there's lots of water in the oil pan, bought this, bought that. There's injectors, like I'm just gonna name off the cool stuff. The day I bought it, I spent $700 at AutoZone just buying parts for it, like normal stuff, oil, all that, oil filter. Oil change for this truck is $130 before even going to a garage. That's my cost if I was going to do it myself. But all of that, okay, injectors then led to turbo. Okay, and then after the turbo, it's like he tried and tried to get it to run and could never get it to run. So, like, it would just crank and crank and crank, and that's it. And it's already been down there for like 3 months. And I was like, his next step was, okay, I think the piston rings are bad, but I need to pull the heads off of it in order to do that. But I'm not going to pull the heads off of it until I pull the engine. I was like, well, if you're going to pull the engine, then let's just rebuild the whole engine. So that we did, and got a cost for that and everything. And then I was like, well, since he's got the engine out there, this truck came with a 2 transmission special. Had a transmission in the bed, which y'all will see in the video, and had one in the truck. Didn't know which one is which far as good wise. Probably feared the one in the bed. So I was like, and the transmission fluid smelled burnt inside the truck. So I was like, let's rebuild the transmission. And since this was my dream truck, I wanted to make this truck special. Not that it already is, but more special. So the transmission, I was like, okay, it's an automatic. They still suck, even if they're rebuilt. But I want this truck for multiple reasons. 1, I started liking diesels. 2, I want to tow heavy stuff. I bring home a new vehicle about every month. So I want it to be able to do its job and tow. So I was like, okay, what can we do to this transmission to make it better for towing? He said, shift kit, you can upgrade the torque converter and better internal parts. I said, okay, cool. Got that done. Same thing for the inside of the engine. He asked me if I'm going to put a tuner on it. I said, yes, of course. I'm a teenager. And he said, okay, then you probably want to go with the better internals. So that I did. It wasn't too much more, but still more money. Long story short, during about at the end of the time, I'll put up photos. I still got photos of everything in the whole process of this truck. I finally went and checked in this truck. For a total time this truck was at the garage, it was 9 months. So I went and looked at it. They had the cab off of it for whatever reason. But anyways, I don't care as long as it was done right. Which that we'll get talking about later. But I saw that my new KC 300X Turbo was not on my truck. So I asked him about that, and he said it got stolen. And I was like, okay. Now, whether it did or not, he never made a police report, but I did. Long story short, he never told me until I asked. But basically, we made up for the cost in it after the total bill, because I still owed him for the labor for doing the rebuilding the motor. So basically, that's that story. After I got it out of the garage, it did not want to shift right. So I not only, it did not want to go past 35 miles per hour. Now why? Well, get to that in a minute. So I drove it up to the transmission shop, which I'm in Cherville, North Carolina, and then I had to bring it to Falston, North Carolina, about 15, 20, 25 minutes away. And well, I drove it up there. It done fine, as long as I didn't make the engine scream too much. But long story short, he had to pull it back out to see what it was, and it was a stuck valve from trash being in it. My guess is from where they did not clean out the transmission cooler. So I was like, okay, well, I paid him for that. That's that. After I got back from the transmission shop, which was there for not only another week, so I bought this truck on my birthday, which is in October, and I didn't get it back until a month before my birthday, basically. I think, something like that. It was almost a year that I didn't get to drive this truck. A little over 9 months. I paid for tag and insurance on this thing, just sitting, didn't even get in the driver's seat and drive this truck. Well, then it became the day. that I finally did. And I loved it. I like it. I still love it. But then we got into the phase of this truck just kept breaking. I think the first time was I was just coming back from the garage that built the motor where I worked at, because I was still kind of working down there. And I got maybe 2 miles down the road. Now, this mess up is because of my fault. I cheaped out with some parts on this, and I learned some parts you don't cheap out on. Most of them you don't. And that was the mechanical fuel pump on these trucks. When I first needed this, it was like $150 for a fuel pump. And I saw one on Amazon special for $50. Now, which one you think I went with? That's right. So, I was like, it just died basically. I pulled over to the side road, called the mechanic. He came and looked at it, and he was like, "You ain't getting no fuel pressure." I'm like, great. So I asked him when he could take a look at it, and he said, whenever. It's been a while. So, paid him to put a really good one on, because I paid up for like a $300 one, Napa, and it's still here. So that's the first time. Didn't have to. Actually, yeah, we did have to tow it. It went on the rollback. That was the first time it went on the rollback. It made it another 2 blocks, and then it quit completely. So we towed it on the rollback to his shop. Second time was the day I got it back out of the shop from the fuel pump. I made it to the Taco Bell parking lot, backed up, I heard something like that. Belt wrapped around the pulleys. I was like, okay, it's just a belt. No, I looked. It was the vacuum pump pulley just decided to break off. It's a 30-year-old truck, almost 300,000 miles. I can't be mad at that. I didn't overhaul this engine. So again, not his mess up. So, that was the time I did not tow it with my truck or a rollback. Quite frankly, didn't have the money to use a rollback, and was just going to my house because that's something I can replace. So we loaded it up on my trailer, but using my buddy's truck, and he hauled it to my house because I didn't want to leave it for all the crackheads at Taco Bell that night. I mean, that's the honest truth. So got that fixed, and then not too much longer, I think the next thing was that, Bryson, was that either the fire issue or brake caliper issue, or was, I feel like there was something else in between.
The funkin' one?
Oh, yeah. So, me and Bryson, the cameraman, we love to go to the old Papa's Pizza parking lot, which they're now redoing and doing stuff. But, however, it's a big parking lot to do big donuts in. It was raining. We just came back from getting a cross member for this truck, because I'm making this truck 4-wheel drive, and you need another cross member. So we got a cross member out of the scrapyard just after it started pouring down rain, coming home from Shelby, which is about 30 minutes away. We was like, let's go have some fun. Well, thing is, we had some fun. We went through a massive puddle. If I had pictures, I'll put it up. And it basically, so I'm trying to go in order here, but I may mess up. I think the next time it broke was when we sunk it. This truck, not the owner I bought from. When I say previous owner, it's the people before the people. So I got to open my hood. There we go. So this truck has a really good area for a cold air intake, which, as you see, right above the wheel, they decided to cut out the wheel well to get more airflow. These OBSs are supposed to have a thing that comes over the battery for the air, but this truck don't. So, when we went through that puddle as fast as we could, the air intake went right into the turbo, and it was full. It hydro locked the engine. So I paid another bill for a rollback to rent to my house, and then that was on Saturday evening, and the following day, Sunday morning, I spent pretty much all day unhydro locking it, praying that I did not bend the rod in the engine. And this is a lot more complicated than doing it on a normal gasoline engine. For diesels, you gotta take out the glow plugs and then turn it over, but it's a lot. So I finally got it done, and it was fine. I was surprised. So then the next time, went back to the same parking lot, and we was actually going to go get something to eat in the new old Papa's Pizza building. And gotta turn the truck off. I was like, oh crap, we need to go to AutoZone before they close. Gotta start it back up. I hear click, click. The things on these old trucks are these regulators right here. They go bad all the time. I was like, no problem. We'll just go right here to Advance, get one, put one on it. We put one on it. That's the glow plug module relay. This is the one to start the truck. So, back up here. But I was like, okay, we'll replace one. Bought one, put one on, and then we gotta turn the key, and that's where things really did not want to work. Truck caught on fire. It caught on fire right here and over there, and at that moment I thought my truck was gone. We ran inside to get a fire extinguisher, and by the time we got out there, the fire was put out by the other person, which I was thankful.
Beat out with a rag.
And but there was no start in the truck, so 30-year-old wires. I mean, what do you expect? But I mean, I don't expect it to catch on fire, but it did. So that costed me a lot of money. I was like, well, I'm not buying an OEM harness, original one. I'm just gonna buy one from KC Turbos because it's a built harness that's gonna outlast this truck. Which that harness was $400. It's the Big 7 Jeep cables. They can work on this truck. That's $400. Not only did the wires burn, but it welded itself to the batteries. So brand new 2 batteries. Had to go back, but I had a warranty on them, so I didn't pay for that. Then I paid a different shop, to put on the harness. That's a trusted shop. And then bought a Napa solenoid because the stupid CarQuest ones at Advance suck. And that was a good chunk of change too. So after that happened, the next thing that happened was probably the brake rotor stuck closed or open on the driver's side here.
Closed.
Had a time with that. I done the work. Me and Bryson, the cameraman, we done the work. Then I done the other side too. And after that, the next thing that happened was I forgot about this one. The flex plate.
Yeah.
It decided to just break around the bolt hole.
Turn into a donut.
So I had to pull the transmission. I had it pulled in 4 hours. It said it was going to take 8 online. Which I was surprised. Not my first time pulling the transmission, unfortunately. Hashtag Dodge owner. But done that and had my buddies to help me put it in. It was me, Bryson, and 2 other buddies. We got put in what, 2 or 3 hours. We all was working on something different, and it was working good. Okay, and then the next thing, which was here recently, the breakdowns has been slowing down recently a little bit. Hold on. Wait, yeah. So they've been slowing down a little bit recently, and last thing that went was the power steering pump that decided to lock up on me. Which again, that's a 30-year-old part. I'm not super mad about that, or really the brake calipers, but the wiring was a little bit of a different story. But I can't tell you how many times my Dodge has pulled this truck home. A 1500 5.2 liter Dodge. I plan on making a video on it soon, maybe. So yeah, it pulled this truck home. A 8,800 pound truck, not counting the trailer. Pulled it home. What nothing. Multiple times. It is a beast. It don't like it, but it doesn't. But so I've done plenty of mods to this truck. That's all the breakdowns. Now a little bit more of a reason why I'm kind of a little bit mad at the garage that built the motor. I'm not mad. I'm kind of just disappointed, actually. When he got done building the motor, at the end I was pushing him. I mean, how long does it take to build a motor at a garage? It's been there for 9 months. So this truck has blow by. Now let's get into probably why. Well, it has only one sleeve in one cylinder. If you're gonna sleeve a motor, I didn't know at the time, you do all of the cylinders or none at all. You just jump the block. Well, only one got sleeves, so that's probably why it's got blow by. And when I say blow by, like, I pull the dipstick and there'll be oil spraying out of it. I'll show y'all here in a few minutes. I ain't never seen nothing like it. It don't blow the cap off, but certainly blows oil up past it. So, went just why this truck leaks oil, but took it to him, and he says it don't leak no oil. He left it there for a whole day in the shop, not a drop on the ground. I can show you my driveway of that it's not. It'll be raining outside, I'll be parking, and there'll be a rainbow underneath this truck. And that is no lie. So this is what it looks like. I had lots done. Turbo was rebuilt also, since that was the stock one. I powder coated the valve covers, just make it a little bit prettier. And y'all can pretty much see all the other add-ons. Now let's go ahead and get towards the inside. I mean, I recently added these real wheels on. They look a lot better than what it did stock. This is the interior. I got that door panel off because the regulator don't want to work right. So go ahead and show them. It's a little bit messy, but I mean, it's pretty nice for a 30-year-old truck interior. I added these gauge pods. I don't suggest paying $400 or $300 for them, but they do work. I added a nice touchscreen radio in there from Walmart. It's $150. Best thing. And that's about it for the interior for now. Both tanks do work. That's a plus. Now I've added this rear view camera on too. But basically, I love it, and that's basically the story of it. Now, how much money do I have in this truck? I've added up at school one day, from everything I can think off the top of my head, just about $26,000. $26,000 for a 1997 Ford F-250 7.3. Now, why did I spend that much? Because it's my dream truck, and once you get everything on it, then everything's about new on it. So I'll let him film some of the truck to show y'all what it looks like. These headlights up front and the side lights. And Bryson keeps forgetting to shut this door right. It needs hinge pins. But let's show you the blow-by. It's a fun truck. Maybe a little bit hard of hearing me, so bear with me. So let's check the blow-by. This truck starts right up, no problem, even in the cold. So you get right here. That's how this truck is. So I'm gonna cut it off so we can hear. But yeah, it has insane blow-by. But you tell me, should that be on a little over 2,000 mile motor and transmission? I don't think so. But I mean, it runs strong. So, but that's basically it on that. I'll show us driving it a little bit, but that's basically this video. I just want to get out here of a video on how this truck, everything about it, why and how. And I mean, I know I forgot a few things, but I mean, I just kind of wanted to showcase it because I feel like it's a little special. It's special to me. It's my dream truck. So like I stated earlier, this truck drives amazing, and it is a little bit quick for a 7.3. If you've ever been in a stock 7.3, it is slow. And this truck, it is not. It's got some power behind it. If you thought we was going in the ditch, so did I. But we're opening her up right here in a minute on this main, a little bit of the main road.
Hey, at least we got on video that time.
Alright. And that's 60 right there already. I'm sure you can see why. So let me know what y'all guys think of this video. I still got a heck of a lot more plans with this truck of what to do. Drop a comment below and tell me what y'all guys think I should do to this truck, if anything, or keep it the way it is. How many I should buy more, because I'm planning